Good morning, sir. We
Good
are
morning.
young Nigerian youths. I would like to hear your take on the present situation in Nigeria, the protests by the youths.
Okay, thank you. My name is Comrade Eragbe Anslem. I am the National Youth Leader of Labour Party in Nigeria. I'm a Labour man by disposition, the National Organizing Secretary of the Academic Staff Union of Research Institutions in Nigeria, ASURI, doubling as the branch chairman in ASENI, National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. Concerning the ongoing struggle, the #EndSARS police brutality embarked upon by the Nigerian youth. It's on record that young Nigerians have placed a 23-point demand before the government. Those demands are in the public domain. It's a known fact that the struggle has not produced leadership, which is in itself a very good development, because this is a struggle the people have taken upon themselves in a fight for total liberation. But be that as it may, I have a burden being a youth leader of a political party in Nigeria. So I have taken this position on behalf of fellow Nigerians to articulate the demands of young Nigerians before President Muhammadu Buhari. So yesterday I wrote a 15-page document in an open letter addressed to President Muhammadu Buhari, copying relevant authorities in Nigeria, the security divisions, the traditional authorities, the legislature, Senate, House of Reps, the state government, the diaspora community, social media, the media, press, and the world at large. Now, drawing attention to the fact of the open letter, articulating the 23-point demands and other issues bordering on the need to restructure Nigeria, because restructuring is part of the element items contained in the demand. Now, I think quickly I want to say, again, I must commend even the federal government of Nigeria, relevant authorities, for having to realize that the people are exhibiting, as it were today, their rights, the right to protest, the right to fair hearing in the court of public opinion, because this is where the people have found themselves, in the court of public opinion. If the people feel the demands of the youth of Nigeria is wrong, public opinion will reveal otherwise. But so far so good. It is clear from public opinion that the demands are in the right direction. Now, that said, I quickly want to harp on a few of the points raised to the president. One, restructuring. It is clear that the foundation we have operated from 1967 with the advent of the Civil War, the coup and the Civil War, and subsequently to the abolition of the Constitution, the 1963 and 1960 Independence and 63 Republican Constitution in 1967. Now, you find out that experience threw away the Constitution that the people gave to themselves. That in itself is a crime on its own, because no group of people have that right, just like the military have done, to unilaterally take away the constitution of the people and to impose upon the nation their own constitution, which the people never made. So it is very apt now for the people to call for restructuring. And restructuring means return, evidently, to the 1963 Republican Constitution and begin from there. Now, if you look at 1963 Constitution, federalism, which is embedded in that Constitution, presupposes what? A two-tier of government. By two-tier of government, we mean the central government or federal government and the regional government. So, but we have taken it a little further in our demands now to see, as we return to true federalism, as we return to the 1963 Constitution, now we could make by referendum a lot of adjustment to suit our present-day reality. What are the realities? Nigeria today is a country of over 206 million people. Now, the administration, political administration, and the economic implementation on Nigeria should be quite diverse. So, and part of that diversity we mean, we say let us now have 8 regions in the country as against the 36 states. even with the present 36 states, let us have 12 states within each region. Now, the whole essence of this analysis will come towards productivity optimization, because it is when the larger number of people are engaged in economic activities that political engagement becomes meaningful, because a lot of work is generated. Now, before I come to the aspect of the economy and diversification, let me quickly say that this proposition is for the good of the people. But before we go there, we have seen from scriptures that each time God moves in the life of the people, he changes their name. Father Abraham was Abraham. At 75 years old, when his life wasn't going the right direction, God moved in. God said, I will bless you. You are going to possess a land. I will make you a blessing to the world. And God changed his name from Abraham to Abraham. When Saul encountered God, God changed his name from Saul to Paul. So each time God is about to do a new thing in the life of the people, he changes their name. So we have a name that we did not give to ourselves. It's okay, but now that we have realized there is meaning to every name, we are meant to understand that the word Nigeria came from Niger area. Okay, now that we know, we are saying let the new name of Nigeria as proposed now be the regional area, TRA. So we are going to take this proposed name to God in prayer for endorsement and implementation. 2, let us have 8 regional government. In summary, the entire southwest Nigeria will be a region. Edo, Delta, Bayelsa will be a region. Rivers, Cross River, Akwa Ibom will be a region. In the middle belt, we are going to have, we proposed the north, middle belt east, middle belt west. Then the northwest and the northeast. So that the 2 divides of Nigeria will have 4 regions. Each of those regions will be further recomposed into 12 states to have 96 states. Each of the states we have from analysis. Now, talking about analysis, we have done a lot of financial works. So our propositions are not just based on mere wishes. They are founded on engineering concepts and principles, mathematical calculations, financial projections, estimations of resource endowment, and so many factors for greatness. So these are the issues. Now, above all, like we said, engaging the numerals. So we have put in place all these structures to engage more Nigerians for economic activities, productivity optimization, leadership development, capacity building, and administration. Now, for the first time, we have come up with a working document that shows that we can have more numbers with less cost. Because the fear always will have been, you have a large government, it will take so much resources. No, we are going to have about the largest government anywhere in the world now, but with the least resources compared to what it is today to administer Nigeria. Now, from our little analysis, preliminary analysis, we have seen that 68% of even the proposed 2021 budget of 13 trillion, about 8.9 billion is all that is required to redirect the affairs of Nigeria in terms of engagement. Now, from this engagement, we have seen that 10 million Nigerians can be engaged within a short period of time in a year, 2021. And by multiplier of 3 to 2031, over 111 million Nigerians would have been engaged. Now, the economic productivity factor by design is a factor of 4. It then means if the government and those involved, young Nigerians, if we work together, we begin to implement this plan, you realize that by 2022, the delivery or deliverable from this design would have yielded 20 trillion naira by way of financial accruals, marginally. Now, all of these designs are meant to show that Nigeria is a great nation. Now, I'm saying by greatness, I'm a metallurgical materials engineer. I studied in Ahmadu Bello University. I haven't had other numerous experiences professionally. I'm a registered current engineer, metallurgical materials engineer. By reason of that training, I can say authoritatively that Nigeria is about the most endowed nation on the surface of planet Earth. By endowment, we mean the human resources, the natural resources, Look at the fertile agricultural arable land in Nigeria that is unused. Look at the mineral deposit across. You see, we have the fear of restructuring has been based on the crude oil in the Niger Delta. But I'm bold to say that with what we know professionally, just the arable land, the agricultural land in Nigeria will yield over 2 trillion United States dollars if we put it to agricultural mechanization use, plant, animal husbandry and processes. I don't want to go into the solid minerals. We have them deposited in commercial quantities. Of the 108 elements on the periodic table with which God created the earth, you find out that Nigeria has virtually all in commercial quantity. So the resource control we are talking about here, it's a way to unleash the potential, a way to unleash the giant inherent in us, because every community in Nigeria is well endowed. And by resource control, what does it mean? By definition of the 1963 Constitution, 50% of all natural endowment accruals from generation goes to the region. The other 30% is redistributed to other regions, while the government keeps 20%. But from what is coming, the federal government will not need to keep 20% as earlier proposed by the 1963 Constitution because of the diversity of forms in which this has occurred. If you look at the designs we have made so far, community policing is going to be very instructive. Job creation has become incubated and inherent from our design. National development, infrastructure, power, roads, industrial infrastructure, tourism and hospitality, educational system, healthcare system. By educational system, from our designs, we have seen that education can be free to certain level, primary school to secondary school level, because we are placing a burden of tax on generation of revenue by the individuals. Now, you see, it is the responsibility of government to create the opportunities for its people to be engaged. That is what we have done. Now, there are things I don't want to go into in terms of how we intend to raise the revenue for Nigeria. What I can say authoritatively, by the grace of God, we wouldn't be needing even the resources from the crude oil to allay the fears of our brothers who are not Niger Deltas, to think that the restructuring we are talking about today is to take away the crude oil and run away with it. So these designs have been based on other aspects of economic empowerment besides the crude oil. So besides talking about the crude oil, revenues coming from the crude oil should be shared equally from our designs. So the fear of crude oil, is dealt with. Now, for instance, the other day we are aware, for instance, Zamfara State has been able to make a good use of its resources by way of projection. To say they buy from the artisans, process and store with the CBN or some other banks to serve as a reserve for the development of each state and each people. That is the principle. Now, that principle is part of what we are going to deploy. Now, part of what we are going to do is to go to the international trading platforms and have what is called certificates of deposit for even our crude oil, our solid minerals, with which trading will be engaged, and trillions of US dollars will be realized for the development of our infrastructure. So this is how things are done. And by power generation, it is possible to develop close to 120,000 megawatts or more simply by modular units. 5 megawatts of power generating system in every political ward or local government area, depending on the size. Besides, I've just said we are going to have 18 local government per state. So if we have, say, 5 megawatts of modular power unit in each local government times 18 in the local government times 1,728 thereabout local government, multiply that number, you find out that Nigeria will have been self-sufficient in a record time of 1 year, 2 years. And once power is stable, you be rest assured that the economy is on its way to progress. So I want to come back to the issues you raised. I want to thank fellow young Nigerians for the spirit at work in them today. And again, I equally want to plead with the destructive elements in our midst to appeal to them to say this struggle is not about destruction. This struggle is about the progress, peace and stability of Nigeria. So nobody needs to beat anybody. The security agencies have become very civil from what we have seen. They don't harass anybody. They follow the protester, protect them, except on rare occasions where people go about vandalizing things. So, but let us hope that the security agencies will keep to the rules of the game, as it were. Protect the people while they exhibit their right to protest for a better Nigeria. So, in summary, I want to thank you. I want to thank the youth of our great country and to assure them that there is hope. But let me quickly add to say, now this is the time. Leadership is key in all of this struggle. Those who become the next set of leaders in Nigeria matters. So whatever we're able to achieve in this struggle with the government, let that be a plus. But the ultimate struggle and achievement will be that the youth of Nigeria are able to put in place a new leadership structure that is predominantly youth, and that leadership structure will be guided by a vision, part of what we have put out to them, and while in power, that we ensure that the blueprint we have designed for the entire nation be implemented to the letter. Now, when this happens, you agree with me that within 4 or 5 years, we will have taken a new turn for progress. And like we said again, we have proposed a tenure of 5 years, single tenure for political offices in Nigeria. So the issue of second tenure, where people use the first to do little and use the remaining 4 years to do nothing, only to loot, will be a thing of the past. Now, we have equally proposed to say, within the life of the administration, there are going to be 3 or 4 sets of referendum. Now, those referendum, as done in our part of the world, will be to appraise the performance of the elected officials or appointed officials from their constituencies. So we are going to have a measure, a yardstick to say, have you been able to deliver based on our expectation? If yes, you are guaranteed with the affirmation to return. But if no, the people have a right to replace you. So the issue of staying put in power, having been voted for, with non-performance, will become a thing of the past. Because when you know that you are going to be appraised, you stand to do the right thing. So there are a lot of things to talk about. I may not be able to say all now. But what I can say for sure is, by the grace of God, I am equally offering myself as a youth for the presidency of Nigeria. Other than my offer to serve, there is a detailed and elaborate design for Nigeria we have prepared right from 2014 to date. Nigerians are going to have that document as we commence our grassroots activities. We will know why we are coming and why we should work together to achieve all of this. So in all of this, I want to thank you, thank my youth, thank the government, thank the international community, the diplomatic relations, everybody that is solidarizing with us as a people on the need to move ahead. So the EndSARS struggle is real. It is real. It is real. We hope and pray that when this is done, the new formation of security in Nigeria will be to the peace and progress of the people. Thank you, and God bless you. Once again, I'm Comrade Eragbe Anslem, the National Youth Leader of Labour Party in Nigeria. Thank you.